Shey you know say for that crate where you dey lie say you dey clean the egg, those crates, those egg you dey clean am, wetin be the difference between those egg and this egg? Wetin be the difference between those egg and the egg wey dey here wey you say you dey clean the egg? Which one you come dey lie say at the end of the day you dey clean the egg? Clean wetin? That egg wey dey that side be like wetin dey clean? So if you carry the egg clean am as you dey carry am, e no go let you clean. So these are our pullet bears that just started laying. And for those that said pullet bears, they don't start laying early. Pullet bears, they lay early. They actually lay early too. Just the way it's in cage. One of the reasons why I love deep litter, because we have the one with cage and we have the one, and we are keeping this one as deep litter to see if we can get the same percentage laid. Though I see some people say they get higher percent with deep litter, some say they get higher percent with battery cage, but so far so good. I think I love the beginning of this our deep litter than our battery cage because we don't have any one that is egg bound. I don't know if you understand what I mean by egg bound, like having a problem with laying. No, we don't have that problem. Having a problem. This is the one they've laid this morning. They've laid over one crate already, and they are still laying. So we actually just did something like that as the laying box. You can also put tires. You can also put tires like this as your laying box. You can put tires like this as your laying box. You don't need to do anything fanciful. It does not need to be very fancy. You understand? And your litter should always be dry. If your litter is always dry, your beds will. If your litter is always dry, your beds, the egg will always be neat. You can see. They will just lay it inside. They will just lay it inside. You don't need to pick it. Do you understand? And just, there's any debris, you can see how neat the egg is. If there's any debris, you just remove it. So, deep litter is also as, so you don't say it's cage that is making you not do pullet to layers. Because trust me, layer farming is like good. That's if you are ready for it. The moment you are just walking around, like you can see some here. These ones, they want to lay. As you are seeing them squatting there, they want to lay. You can see the ones inside that box, all those ones inside, they want to lay. If I go there in the next 5 minutes, I will see egg inside. You can see the ones I just picked from this other side. You can see the one I just picked from this other side and all that. So you don't necessarily have to wait for you to have cages before you do it. And trust me, one thing I've noticed in this deep litter is the birds, maybe because they exercise well, the eggs they lay is not really that small as pullet egg. Like they just started laying like 2 weeks ago, but the kind of size of egg that they lay, like when I came this morning, the ones they lay yesterday, I could see some eggs that we call jumbo size inside. No jokes. So the eggs they lay are very big. So the eggs are very, very big. So don't have any limitations when it comes to a layer farming. Remember, we have a series video of what you can do from day old. What you can do from day old. You can see the everything. For those that say they prefer battery cage, if you have personally for me, I think we have battery cage. We have battery cage down the other side. Then this is deep litter. But personally for me, I think I prefer the deep litter. First of all, the manure does not smell. You see this thing like this now. If you see the place the way this place was built, actually, we built it for our battery cage. This hole is where the cage will stay, and the droppings will just be going down. Then we flush it to the sockaway, but we just decided to use it for deep litter. You can see this manure, it's been a while we changed it. The only thing we do is I just tell them to make sure that they keep rotating it. Maybe every week we just rotate. Like this place that is already so heaped, we will come and pack from it. You can see the manure is like sand. The manure is like sand. The manure is like sand and all that. So that's that. For those that are always scared and say you can do it inside your house, provided the place is airy. Yes, provided the place is hairy, because if the place is not hairy, your manure will smell easily. Your manure will smell easily. You can see what they've laid this morning. They've laid over one crate already. They've laid over one crate already. If you see all these birds that are here now, they want to lay. These ones that are here, they want to lay. They want to lay. And sometimes when your birds want to lay, some will just be shouting. And one of the reasons why we try to check them when they nearly start laying like this is to check if you see anyone that is egg bound. You know the way a woman is when she wants to give birth now, she have struggles. But I think we've not really had anyone that is egg bound with this deep litter. We usually have such situations with our battery cage. When they start laying, we have birds that are egg bound. But you see this deep litter, why I like it, I've not had any bird that is trying to lay and just die or egg bound. They are always laying well on their own. You can see some here. Like I said, you don't need to do anything so fanciful like what we constructed. We constructed this thing by ourselves. You can see all these birds that are here. They all want to lay. They want to lay. And the next moment when you leave here now, you can see that there is egg already here. You can see it. You just dust the dust away from it. So you can see that that's how it is. Ta-da! So me, I'm always saying, people will always ask, should I go for day old pullets or I should go for point of lay? I will always say go for pullets. Though people are scared of mortalities and all, but if you watch our series video of what to do from day old, you might know what to do from day old, provided you give the medication and vaccination at the right time. Because trust me, pullet don't die easily. Though I see some people, they will tell you, my birds are dying, my pullets are dying. I'm always wondering what happens. Though yes, any farm can have an outbreak and all that. So as you can see, this one we had the best experience with this one that is on deep litter when they started laying. So maybe gradually we'll talk about their performance as they started laying. But one thing is, the difference between this and our battery cage is the fact that when our birds started at battery cage, their daily lay, like the numbers every day, like okay, maybe they lay 20 today, the next day they are laying like 40 or 30. Like when you are using battery cage, you tend to have higher number every day, you understand, before they get to full lay. But when we started with deep litter, it was a bit slow. I remember when we started our battery cage, normally we had one the first time, but deep litter, the first day that this birds laid, we had like 4 eggs. We had 4 eggs that particular day. It was really beautiful to watch. I was expecting one, but we had 4. But we had 4 eggs that particular day. So I'm enjoying this deep litter. If we have the space, just that this one consumes a lot of space. Deep litter consumes a lot of space. But if you ask me, I prefer the deep litter for now. For now, I prefer the deep litter if you ask me. First of all, yeah, people will say deep litter, your eggs are always dirty. It's a lie. This is the egg. And the ones they collected this morning, I can show you, and the eggs are neat. The eggs are neat, provided you can collect it. I will not really add issues of they laid over 1 crate. We are almost on the 2nd crate, and it's just it's not level yet. We've not really had an issue of shellless egg. We used to have that issue of shellless egg on our battery cage. Yes, like some birds, when they lay, they'll just lay only the yolk or a egg without the shell. But these ones have been laying, and they have been laying well. You understand? They've been laying full egg. They've been laying full egg, and they've been laying well. So for like 5 days now, their production has really increased. And one of the ways to get a good high production, like let them get to their peak, I'm so sure before we get to our week 30, we would have gotten our peak production, because we have good weight uniformity. So you want to make sure that there is feeders everywhere. Like as a part, when you get to like feed your birds that super starter till like 9 weeks before you change to grower, and use good feed. Use good feed. Make sure you use good feed. Use good feed when you are feeding them. Use very good feed. Like the feed we started with chicken. We used chicken super starter till 9 weeks. Yes, we used chicken super starter till 9 weeks. It was at the 9th week, going to the 10th week. That was when we changed to grower. And when we changed to grower, we changed to adva, because adva, they advertise that their feed is very great. So we gave them adva. It's not that we gave them adva all through. We made our feed for these birds. That was another thing that we did. We made our grower feed. So when we used adva grower to a certain stage, we made our own feed. Someone will ask me, how did you make your own feed? It's like we are buying a finished feed. We'll buy layer mash, maybe the adva feed, the layer mash, and we'll mix it with wheat offer. Yes, we buy layer mash and we mix it with wheat offer. So it was 4 bags of wheat offer, 4 bags of wheat offer. Sorry, 1 bag of wheat offer to 4 bags of feed. We are using 4 bags of layer mash to 1 bag of wheat offer. So it will give you 6 bags, and that way you tend to save more money. So we are using 4 bags of layer mash to 1 bag of wheat offer. I will drop. I posted the wheat offer on our Facebook page one time. Most people know what wheat offer is now. So we used 4 bags of layer mash to 1 bag of wheat offer, and you just mix it together, and that is already a grower feed. Yes, that was what we fed our birds. We fed our birds already made grower feed for. We fed them already made grower feed for till like the 12th week. Yes, till the 12th week. So after the 12th week, we started making it. So if you're a layer farmer, and you know you want to cut costs, and yes, the bird still laid early. And one thing I noticed, the fact that we had to make that feed the way we did it, was it made them grow well. Like, they were well formed. When you see these birds, when they started laying, if you see some of the eggs that these birds are laying, you will be amazed, because they are well formed. They are well formed. And you also need to know the amount of feed your birds are supposed to eat each day. Yes, but we started that one maybe at when they got to like week 18. But prior to when they got to week 18, we were always feeding. We always wanted them to have feed. Do you understand? You want them to grow early. You want them to lay early also. Do you understand? People prefer their birds laying at 16 weeks, 15 weeks. Personally, I don't like it. Because if your birds don't lay early, so some farmers don't know this. When your birds don't lay early, they tend to lay longer. I'm not talking about the ones that don't lay because you did not feed them. Like, when your birds are well formed, like they are well formed, they tend to lay longer period. So we are making our own grower feed. We'll take 4 bags of layer feed. We used 1 bag of wheat offer, and we mix it together. The wheat offer was 50 kg. Wheat offer comes with 100 kg bag. The wheat offer, I don't know, a lot of persons know the bag, but I'm going to drop a video of when we are mixing the wheat offer and the feed together. So you take 4 bags of your layer feed, 1 bag of wheat offer, and you'll be able to get 6 bags of feed. So you see that you've saved cost of 2 bags, and the wheat offer is not expensive. Where I am, wheat offer is just like 9,000 naira a bag.
Thank you, Lord Jesus, for this declaration. You have said it's a season.
Wheat offer is just like 9,000 naira a bag. So we mix 4 bags of feed, 1 bag of wheat offer, and there you have it. And then when it got to like week 18, we wanted to like, okay, let them be eating pre-layer. It got to week 18, we wanted them to be eating like pre-layer. What we did was 6 bags of feed of layer mash to 1 bag of wheat offer, and you will save money. Imagine now you are supposed to have 4 bags of feed, but just by spending like 9,000 naira to it, you will have 6 bags of feed, and your birds will grow well. Let nobody deceive you. Your birds will grow so well. They will still do so well, and they will still grow so well. So our birds did very well. This particular birds on deep litter. So I don't want anybody to say, it's because of I don't have cage, I don't have space. If you have a flat in your house, you can do deep litter, and deep litter will still serve you well. Do you understand? There are advantages to deep litter. There are disadvantages to deep litter. People will talk about coccidosis. As far as your litter is dry, you don't need to really think about coccidosis that much. I can bet you that we treated coccidosis for these birds for up to 7 weeks now. I don't think we give them cocci treatment because their litter is dry. It's when your litter is wet. That's when you'll be saying you want to treat cocci every time. But their litter is dry, and they don't have anything that makes their litter wet. And if the worker mistakenly put water on the ground, they pack it. So deep litter has their own advantage. Deep litter has their own disadvantage.
Thank you, Lord Jesus, for this declaration.
And all that. Deep litter has their own advantage. Deep litter has their own disadvantage. This they are one, but we have automatic drinker, and we're going to install it very soon. We have automatic drinker. We're going to put like 8 or 10 inside here. We have automatic drinker. We're going to put it very soon. But if you don't have automatic drinker, you can look for something to raise it up. But you know, pullet is pullet. If you like, you put it up to this point, they can fly. You can see this is the place we want to put the tank of the this is the place we want to put the tank for the automatic drinker. We want to put the tank here, and you can see that they're already flying. Sometimes some fly up to that point. So even if you are raising your drinkers, they will still fly on it. But you can gradually buy automatic drinker. You understand? Automatic drinker, you can see the one that is. You can see the one that is like second hand. You can see second hand and all that, and it's very, very cheap. Like when we bought our own, we did buy our own new. It was like a farm that wanted to sell. I imagine we bought automatic drinker for less than like 10,000 naira for the very big ones. So, and then if you want, you can use anything as your lane. You can see what we construct here. We constructed it ourselves. You can put tires. Like I told you, this birds wanted to lay. You can put tires. You understand? I just picked egg from inside here. Just remove the dust. And this is it. And this is it. So you understand? So it's a very, very easy thing. Deep litter is also good. Deep litter is also good. You can do deep litter. Another thing is that people always say, can I get straight peak production with deep litter? I think you can, because I've seen farmers that do deep litter and have good straight production, and it's not everybody that does cage that has a very good production. You know why? These birds, they exercise. Those ones don't exercise. Do you understand? When the one we have for cage, when they started laying, we tend to have some that are egg bound. We tend to have some that will just die because they can't push, they can't lay well. Sometimes if we are lucky, we'll see them, we'll have to help them out, put them under warm water and all that. But most of the reasons why I come into this pen and I actually check them around in the morning like this is because I'm trying to see if there's anyone that will have egg bound. But for a while now that they've been laying, I've not seen any bird that is egg bound, because the birds, they exercise. So I think I'm of the opinion that birds should be allowed to do exercise and they will do better. And deep litter and battery cage, you're not supposed to feed the same amount of feed. You understand? You add a portion higher for deep litter because they run around. So I think if you can give them the right amount of feed that they are supposed to eat, then they will do so well. But the feeds so after we did our own grower feed by mixing layer and wheat offer, I told you 4 bags to 1 bag of wheat offer. That way you'll be having 6 bags. Then when we got to like week 18, we wanted to switch them to pre-layer. We were missing 6 bags of layer feed with 1 bag of wheat offer, so you'll be getting like 8 bags. So you'll be saving yourself money. Imagine you are saving yourself almost like 30k 40k every single day. That is a lot of money. Do you understand? So sometimes mixing some of this feed, I know you don't know the ration. I know a farmer that said he mixes super starter with PKC and wheat offer, and he's a layer farmer, and the birds are laying excellently well. So you need to be open to knowledge and all these things. So we wanted to give them pre-layer at 18 weeks. Most of these feed brand, they don't sell pre-layer. So we did 6 bags of feed to 1 bag of wheat offer, and that was that. So before we finally switch them to layer feed, and now that we switch them to layer feed, we are using the happy chicken layer feed. We are using the happy chicken layer feed. Do you understand? And the birds are doing excellently well. You can walk around, you can see how active they are. They are not sick. One of the reasons why I love deep litter is the fact that if I'm walking around like this and I see a bird that is sick, I would know. But since they started laying, I've not really seen any bird that are sick and all that. And we had to put feeders and make sure that we are doing like 15 birds to 1 feeders, so that all the birds can easily eat. So that the ones that are not fully developed will get developed and all that. So you see, deep litter is not all bad. Please, you don't need to start thinking of how do I make where they will lay. This thing was made by us, by ourselves. We just made 2 woods there and just hit it together there. You made this is even tires, and as they keep laying, we're going to introduce more tires. Some of them even feel more comfortable laying inside where that tire is. You can see this one here has been here for more than 10 minutes. I'll tell you that bed there is a new bed. Is a bed that has not laid before. It's trying to push it out gradually and all that. That bed has been there for more than 10 minutes. You can see this one in this corner. It's been here and it just laid this egg. You can see the bear just laid this egg. So they actually like corners to lay. So we're going to put more tires. Most of them prefer just as you can actually come and you just see eggs. You can actually just come and you see eggs all here like this. So they don't, not like because you don't have a laying box, they will not lay. But one of the advantage of laying box is the fact that you tend to have a place where you collect your egg collectively. Do you understand? So another thing that I've noticed is the fact that we depict our birds. We've not had some of these things are things that people just think with their heads, like it's like this, it's like this. I can, for a fact, truth be told, we've not had cracked eggs.